Hello, everybody. My name is Adelle, back with you at Sci Fi London, and I'm joined with writer-director Navin Dev and Daniel Ahmadi from the film Zoohead. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thank you.
Yes. So Zoohead is having its world premiere here at the festival, which is really exciting. How are you feeling?
Good. Really, really blessed to be part of the festival. And yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Is it nice to see your film, going out into the world?
Yeah.
Good feeling?
It's weird because I was telling Dan this the other night that when I first wrote the script, I remember taking a break and looking at the Sci Fi London Film Festival website going, if only that would be nice if we got in. And that was the ultimate dream festival, and we got in. And when the day Louis gave me a call, it was like, he was like, yeah, we might be having your film. I was like, don't do this, dude. Like, just say. It was like 20 days later, and he was like, yeah, you're in.
That's so exciting. Well, we're really excited to have your film here. So tell me a little bit more about Zoohead, about the film. Some people have said it's a little bit of a TRAINSPOTTIng crossed with a Groundhog Day vibe. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I think you're better at explaining.
Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit about the story. What are audiences in store for?
Zoohead's about a guy called Charlie, who's a drug addict. He's addicted to something called zootropics, and they cause memory loss and memory deterioration. So he's put onto this new rehabilitation program that involves memory looping. So he's looped into a memory of his when he was sober that will help clean his mind. But he gets stuck living the same day over and over again. So he has to escape. And each loop presents him an opportunity to develop his character, and it's kind of like a cathartic journey. And the ending's a surprise.
Ooh, gotta stay tuned.
Yeah.
And so, Daniel, how did you get involved with the project? Do you guys have a history working together, or is this your first project together?
Oh, that's such a long story. How do I cut it?
How did you first meet?
Okay, basically, we met in July 2015, I think it was, and I wanted to do this film that I was writing with another writer. And I thought Navin would be perfect as a director. So I got in contact, we started talking. The film fell through eventually, but he had Zoohead as an idea. And he said, look, I'm working on a script, blah, 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 blah. I said, dude, just finish it and send it to me. And then cut to October the 31st, I think is when you sent it to me.
That's
I don't know. I literally don't know, honestly. But literally, it was October the 31st when I first read it, fell in love with it. And then... again, cut to 4 months later, we were filming it. So
how long is that between? Well, how long was the actual concept kicking around your head for?
Well, when I met Dan, I hadn't even written it. So we met in July 2015, and there was Dan's project, and at the same time, I was just burning to make a film. And I was like, how much money have I got in my bank account?
That's the eternal question.
And then it was like this crazy thing of, I've got 20K-ish. I think I can start something. So I wrote the script just completely based off from what I could use. So easy locations. It was essentially 3 characters in a room. And very minimal special effects, all focused on the concept of dream, memories, very grounded sci-fi as opposed to let's have lots of special effects, what have you. And then I just put the script together. I used to be a job advisor, my day job, so I kind of built from that. What if we could send people who were unemployed on some really messed up programs, and that's where I wrote his character, and then just built the script, gave it to Dan. I was like, do you want to do this? Should we do it?
Oh, yeah.
You were like, hell yeah, I'm in.
And then we just did it.
And how did you approach so the main character is Charlie? How did you come at it? Because it's a very I want to say physical character.
This is
it's another long so basically, so I got the part in mid-February the 22nd, I think it was.
Again with the dates.
I actually know the dates. It's because my friend's birthday was around that time, so I kind of I had about a month to prepare, and I remember Navin asking me how far are you willing to go for this character?
Right.
And I didn't really reply. I just said just watch, I'll show you how far.
Disclaimer, I meant mentally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He didn't mean physically. So I kept that as a secret. So what I did was as soon as I got the part, because he sent me a text message saying, we want you to be Charlie. I was like, okay, I eat 4 to 5 meals a day. So if I cut that down to about 2 meals a day, I want to see in 2 weeks how, and I do cardio every day, like I go to the gym and just start running for an hour, how much weight can I lose? So in 2 weeks we actually had a rehearsal, and I met Navin, and on the street he literally just walked past me.
He didn't recognize you?
No, he didn't. I was like, Navin.
2 weeks later?
Yeah, I was like, Navin.
Hello.
What are you doing? And then he's like, what the hell? I literally, it's like he saw a ghost. It was like the same thing. And then I said, this isn't it. I'm still losing weight. And he's like, no, you can't be doing this. And then cut to day one. He was like, Dan, what the hell? You look worse than when I first saw you.
Yes.
So yeah.
I will also admit, when I met you just the other day, I also did not recognize you from the film.
Really?
Yes, I will say that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a very real transformation.
Yeah, thank you.
So you really took it there, and it shows.
And then I just cut it down to 1 meal a day whilst we were filming. So maybe like an apple a day. I'll have some noodles.
It just got worse and worse.
Yeah, it just got worse and worse.
Yeah, at one point his thank you. At one point his gums started receding, and he had he started getting abscess in his mouth, and he was just falling apart. I was like, I'm gonna get sued for this.
This is what we do for our passions.
Our craft.
For the craft. Absolutely. Well, tell me a little bit more about the production. This is a sort of low budget feature. What kind of was involved in putting this together? Is it all self-financed?
It was all self-financed. I threw all the money I could at it, and the biggest spenders were probably the locations. The main house, and I always knew. I wrote the script, met Dan, and Felix, who was the DOP. I was like, okay, I need Felix, I need Dan, but I also need the house. If I don't get the house, I'm going to call these two guys and say it's done. Like we can't make the movie. And we found this amazing house in Bethnal Green, and it is pretty much what you see in the movie. It's just falling apart.
I was going to ask. That was going to be my next question. If you built that or had to attack an existing house to make it all shabby.
It was there. It was just falling apart.
Yeah, that bathroom is disgusting.
It was being used while we were filming. Some random guy just kept coming in, and we're like, "Who are you?" And stop eating our food.
Stop eating craft services, which I spent all night making.
And
excellent.
Yeah, so we didn't have to build it, and we finally got the house, and it was like, let's go. And then we cast Husina, who I had known before, and I knew she'd be a great Megan, and she said yeah. And the most difficult one to cast was Barton, with Brian's part, because we needed someone who was kind of more overpowering to you, right? And he was kind of inspired by Tyler Durden. Not that we wanted to make another Tyler Durden, but we needed someone who was charming, very outspoken, and we auditioned so many people. It was like, there's that one element, and then Brian just walks into the room and he's like, hey guys, how you doing? Like, he just doesn't care, and it's like, is this guy just being himself or is he reading character? But he was amazing.
Yeah, it looks so great. Can we talk a little bit about the science of the sci-fi? Can you talk me through some of the tech elements that you built? They're pretty cool looking, especially the headgear.
Yeah, the headset was built by Anya. She was our prop master. But I kind of wanted to keep it very, very simple. I thought the Infinity Lab, I described to everyone that it's Apple meets NHS. That it's something that anyone down the street could go, oh, I need my memory fixed. Let me go to Infinity, pay some money, and get my memory fixed or reconstructed. So it had to have that slight accessible aesthetic as well as futuristic. So very thin line. And I think that's where RoboCop came in, because you look at RoboCop, it's kind of very grounded sci-fi, except from a guy walking around in this big metal suit. But it still fits within that world.
Yes.
So yeah, we had that approach in mind.
How did you come up with the drug zootropics, and what is the backstory behind the influence behind all of that?
There's a drug called nootropics that they use to what is it? Just to get your brain going if you're studying for an exam. It's like a drug like Red Bull, you know, and it's legal. And so I took it and I said zootropics. I had to Z to it, but it started with zoo head because I kind of was inspired by Chicken Head from Philip K. The original Android Street of Electric Sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought zootropics, Chicken Head, zoo head. And also, it was kind of like more of a screw you to the film industry, because people say, oh, if you make a film, make sure it starts with a little letter A so that you get distribution. I was like, nope, it's going to start with Z, and I don't care.
Take that.
And then they got distribution.
We're so glad to have the world premiere of Zoohead here at Sci Fi London. It's very exciting. So where can everyone and audiences stay tuned for Zoohead as it continues through the festival circuit? Is there a website we can say?
Yeah, we're going to be releasing in the US. So we've got a digital release there on iTunes, Amazon Prime, and then soon on Hulu over there.
Ooh,
so it's been really, really incredible.
Oh, so exciting. Well, everyone must stay tuned and go out and see Zoohead as soon as it's available. Thanks again for joining me, guys.
Thank you so much.